Was TikTok and Vogue really celebrating your awakening Sleeping Beauty African diaspora, Rose of Sharon, according to Song of Solomon? Did TikTok and Vogue just really show you that the glass slipper that Israel and Palestine have been trying to shoehorn on actually belongs to you? I think you may have really missed the mark here, Gen Z. I mean, you did a great job of exposing true genocide in Africa, but I think you missed this one. And you let Haley Bailey be the gunman. Let me tell you who Gen X is. Gen X is anybody who was born in the 1960s in the deep sleep, death, and despair that our parents felt when Malcolm, Martin, and the Kennedys unalived. It's anybody born in the 60s who doesn't remember the event, yet felt it. X stands for 400 years of slavery are over. It means mark, sign, covenant, seal, like the eclipse. X is 1619 to 2019, 400 years over, when slaves marked their names with an X. X-Men.
Everybody may have been in a deep sleep, but we woke up well before you. And we're kind of the stealth sleeper cell that likely, Yah willing, will lead you out of the apocalypse. Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead is what was said to Jonah when he was in the belly of the ship and the beast. So TikTok and Vogue's 2024 costume exhibit at the Met, titled Sleeping Beauties, Reawakening Fashion,
showcasing costumes for the Institute spanning 4 centuries. That's 400 years.
in case you missed that, showcasing costumes spanning 4 centuries, 400 years, 400 years. The White Lion was a Dutch slave ship that landed in Virginia in 1619. Remember Leave the World Behind, the White Lion, and the radio? 1619, 400 years. 1619 to 2019, when the Big C started, is 400 years. 400 years. Guess what Genesis 15 says? Abraham, know as a surety, your children will be strangers in a strange land for 400 years. And that nation they serve will I judge. And they will come out with much substance, but not until the iniquity of the Amorites, the Amoriteans, Americans, is at its full. 400 years. Now you were promised to be a kingdom of priests. And what the priests wore was gold, purple, blue, and scarlet, written here in Leviticus. So what color are these women wearing? We just saw scarlet, gold, 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 blue. We'll show you purple later. Ooh, what's that there? Oh, that looks like a mark, sign, covenant, seal. Oops. That looks like the eclipse that 7 years ago went through 7 cities named Shalom. Shalom means Jerusalem and peace. And the other X that just went through this year through 7 cities of Nineveh, the city that Jonah, who went into the belly of the beast and woke up from, had to warn about impending doom. And the X marks a spot in Illinois' Little Egypt. Are we in Egypt? Slavery? And Revelation 12 says, and I saw a woman clothed with the sun, 12 stars above her head, and the moon at her feet. Oops, who's that? Ray Anna. Anna means seed. Now, I don't follow or believe in these celebrities. I think they're a bunch of itches and Satanists. However, I do follow the culture. And it looks like the bride is about to meet the groom and the woman is about to give birth to the son in the garden of righteousness. And what does the groom say? Solomon, flee my darling like a young roe on the mountains. And she says, I'm the rose of Sharon, a lily of the valleys. Here we see the purple. a lily among some thorny itches. I am black, but comely, beautiful, you daughters of Jerusalem. I am as dark as the tents of Kedar. The tents of Kedar are made with black goat's wool. This is clearly the time when the woman, the nation, Cinderella, Jonah, the African diaspora, the kings and priests of the earth rise up from the sea. The nations. And I looked and I saw a mighty wind coming on the sea, stirring great waves. And the wind brought out of the sea what looked like a man, and he flew upon the clouds, and everything he looked at began to tremble. Is that what's happening now? It's about to. So, what does it say about those who return, the leaders? It says they shall be a tenth, and they shall be eaten up as an oak, as a teal tree. Notice she's wearing teal. Now, are the thorns and itches clawing at this sister? Jealous and envious of her? Yes, they are. I go back to black. Here is the description of the actual Garden of Eden, tree of wisdom. And it says, and that tree is the height like a fir, and its leaves are like those of the carob tree, and its fruits like the clusters of the vine, very beautiful. And the fragrance of the tree penetrates from afar. So she's wearing all these vines and grapes on her because she is like the teal tree and she is the tree of wisdom. That was Zendaya. Now, model Enokia, Jubilees 19 says, and these shall serve to lay the foundations of heaven and to strengthen the earth and renew all the luminaries which are in the firmament. That's the fallen. In blessing, I will bless you, and in multiplying, I will multiply your descendants as the stars of heaven and as the sand of the seashore. Your descendants shall possess the gate of their enemies. Are these women not dressed like the stars of heaven and the sands of the seashore? Now, that Hunger Games song says, are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man, they say, who murdered three, Shem, Ham, Japheth? Strange things did happen there, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight, the 11th hour, in the land, in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where the dead man called out for his love to flee? Flee like a young roe on the mountains. Isn't that what I said? So it is very clear here in Acts that the Savior died on a tree. And of course, all the offspring do here too.
So one of the themes of the Met Gala was the secret garden, the hidden garden, the secret garden, the hidden garden.
Where is true Eden? Where are the four rivers? Is the Nile the true Jordan? Does it actually come from Lake Victoria? Because the Ruach Kodesh means spirit on the holy mountain, does it point to the land? Romans 1:20 says, that which may be known of Elua is clearly seen, being understood by the things that he made. Where is the true Gihon? Is Pishon really circling the land of gold? Did you know the Euphrates is the Euphrates? Did you know the Nile, Jordan, went into the Mediterranean and then the Black Sea and Caspian Sea to feed the fourth river, Ganges? The Mediterranean never existed before?
Our own people are leaving us to suffer. Why?
Is Eden anywhere near where the Hobbit returned the circle of the earth ring to its owner? Get answers to these questions and more. Watch Africa is Eden. Again, the Met Gala's theme is the Garden of Time. Here's the story.
An elite family resides in the Garden of Time, and the garden has glass flowers that they live off of to extend time while they're there as they resist a mob outside who fights to enter into the garden.
Because in the themed story of the Garden of Time, elites cannibalize the flowers in order to buy time. And of course, the flowers are the African diaspora. And as the mob closes in, the elites, what? Turn to stone. And there's nothing left for the mob in the Garden of Eden.
Let them eat cake.
People are furious over influencers Met Gala let them eat cake video. Here's why. Hailey Bailey
is a name for Satan. Haley's Comet. And Bailey for the demon Baal. Haley Bailey was weaponized against you, Gen Z, to shut down TikTok and Vogue's celebration of the African diaspora's awakening. Don't you notice that in Hunger Games, it is the little black girl that is killed? Looks like Jennifer Lawrence definitely remembered who her enemy is, and she hit the target. And of course, Kim Kardashian played her usual witch bad guy role.
Chloe, Kendall, the KKK Kardashians. Definitely.
Hit her target too. Gen Z, remember who you are. Click your heels together and remember who you are, Dorothy. There's no place like home. Don't get whored out by media. Put away your idols. Put away those stone statues. What are they truly saying? What does it say here? You are true Yasharel, true Israel. And the people will take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel will possess them in the land of Yehuda for servants and handmaids, and they will take them captive, whose captives they were. That is your promise. Awake, O sleeper. Now, I'm a little bit late on this, but I think I'm right on time, because that man who hung on the tree and told his love to flee is talking about fleeing back to the Congo. Watch my video on the Congo is the Garden of Eden. And you did a great job on revealing who the truly persecuted are. But this is your time to rise and shine, because your captivity is ending, and even TikTok and Vogue are telling you so. Don't get entrapped into that. Don't fight for these other folks. Your only job is to survive, to rise, return, and shine with the Z planted. Generation X. Sign, covenant, seal, planted, monument. Go to intoalltruth.net to watch more videos on these kinds of teachings.